Sometimes, in an attempt to protect your farm, you end up chasing away some of your most loyal customers or would-be customers. So, allowing visitors into your pig farm can be a valuable way to educate the public, especially your potential customers, about your farming practices, and then also showing them the animal welfare standard of your farm, as well as for those also very sensitive about where their food comes from. For this reason, it is also essential to take precautions to prevent disease transfers to ensure the well-being of your pigs also. So I will take you through some of the best practices to adopt when you are receiving visitors on your farm, so you don't end up chasing most of your customers because you want to protect your animals. So the first one is strict biosecurity protocols. So you have to establish strict biosecurity protocols for all visitors to follow, and this can include providing appropriate protective clothing such as the overalls, the boots, and other things you think can help protect them, especially gloves as well. And you also ensure that they sanitize their hands and their footwear before entering and leaving the farm. You don't have to incur all this cost by yourself. You can have them on your farm, the visitors will pay, and then they have them applied to their palms, especially the sanitizers. So that's one of the ways you can use to educate your people yet protect your animals. And the second one too is to have this limited access to your farm. So you have to restrict access to specific areas of your farm where pigs are kept. And the visitors should only be allowed in designated areas to minimize the risk of disease transfers, especially if there are some pregnant pigs and the minor pigs in the farm. That place should be very, very protective so that they don't end up infecting your animals there. So you can also accept visitors, but make sure they are limited in their access. And the third one you can also do is pre-screening. This I've not been talking about this, but it's also something you can use it. Okay, because I've seen that pig farming, the disease transfer is too much, so people often end up not allowing visitors at all into their farm, and with that you're also chasing your customers away. If I want to know how my food is produced, I should come there and see how it is done. Okay, if I will believe you and I trust you well. Here's the case: you are not accepting them or you're not allowing them to do that. You are chasing them because they find that there is something suspicious about your operations, which will discourage them from patronizing your farm. So you can do this pre-screening thing. So you request that visitors also disclose their recent farm visit history to avoid accidental disease spread. If they have recently visited other farms, if even not in your area, it might be best to reschedule their visits, or you take additional precautions so that you protect yourself, your farm, and then the visitors even as well. And the fourth one you can also educate people and also protect your animals is also to offer education session first. So you conduct an educational session for visitors before they even enter the farm, and this should include information about biosecurity measures, proper hygiene, and then the importance of following farm rules. Highlight the do's and then the don'ts in your farm. So the next one you can also do as a pig farmer to protect your animals is also to offer supervised visits. Visitors can be stubborn sometimes, so have your farm staff or yourself accompany visitors throughout their visit to ensure they adhere to the biosecurity protocols and then prevent unintended action that may harm the pigs. These people, because of the excitement they might have in your pig farm, they will end up forgetting about what you even told them outside. So it is important for you to have people to escort them and then to keep reminding them of their actions. If there's something they want to do in the process, your farm attendant or yourself will let them know you were told not to do this, so please respect yourself if you don't do it. And the sixth way to also protect your animals, before they enter, you should have this foot bath. And we know foot bath, they are for disinfections. Foot bath and then these hand washing stations, they can be at the entrance of your farm. So you set up foot bath and the hand washing stations at the entrance of your farm, and then even the exit. Like I said, for the exit, I don't have exit on my farm, I only have entrance, and it's the same place I pass to go out again. So I don't know if you have that one in your farm. So you have to have these hand washing stations and then foot baths all over the place, exit and then the entrance. You don't always have to protect what is coming inside your farm, also protect what is going out. Okay, so if it is microbes that are known in your farm, they will remain in your farm and they will not be taken outside. So that is what the exit one also is useful for. So visitors must also clean their footwear and their hands thoroughly before entering and then leaving the farm. With the foot bath, they just dip their feet or with their foot inside the bath, and the bacteria or any harmful organism there is taken care of by the chemicals inside the solution. And the seventh one you can also do is to provide this disposable protective clothing. Yes, so it is something like you provide the overalls, like I said, the gloves. Yeah, after sanitizing themselves, you have to also get them the gloves to put it on to avoid naked contact with your pigs, and also boots for visitors, okay, to wear while on the farm. And then this one will prevent the potential contamination. Yes, I'm doing this video because most people end up sacking or chasing away their customers. That's one of the reasons why I'm making this video, because they said disease transfer is very rampant in pig farms. So they end up chasing anybody at all that might even come to patronize them and might even end up being a lifetime customer to them. They end up losing that person. That's why I'm making this video. So we move on to the next one, which is to also offer a restricted contact. It's also the same as a restricted area. And then with this one, you discourage direct contact with the pigs. They are not to enter, or the pigs are not supposed to touch even the clothing of these visitors, and the visitors are not also to touch your pigs with their hands. They should just view with their eyes, and you can even give a distance. That's where the restriction comes in. Okay, there's no contact, have contact with the pigs, and this one will help you to minimize the risk of also disease transfers if it is in the person or the visitor, or even it is in your pigs. Okay, and if contact with the pig is allowed, ensure that there's a proper hand washing before and after. And this is why you also have to come to the next point, which I'll be talking about very soon, which is a visitor's log. So with the visitor's log, you maintain a visitor log that records the date and the time of visit, the names of the visitors, and their contact information. And then this log can be very helpful in case of a disease outbreak and may aid in contact tracing if necessary. So if people come and you don't have their address, you don't know where they are going next, if something to happen right after they have left your farm, it will be hard for you to chase them or to trace them. Okay, so you have to get the information, the details down, every bit of it, to help you to track them wherever they go in case you have any problems on your farm in the future or right after they have left. And you should also have this educational signage. Yes, educational signage. So you place this signage, like throughout the farm, reminding the visitors of the biosecurity measures and any rules that they must follow if they want to really enjoy their tour on the farm. Okay, so you just place them at vantage points where the visitors can see them clearly, and with that, what happens is they keep reminding themselves all the time. And it should also be a proper disposal. So you instruct the visitors on the farm on proper disposal of your waste, of any waste they might produce, such as food wrappers. Yes, these people come there, some eat a lot, they will not even have time to anytime you see them, they're eating. So don't let them just dispose it anywhere like that. So there should be a place for proper waste disposal. And by this, you can educate them on how they should go about this disposal methods. So their food wrappers and even the gloves, after they have used the gloves, they shouldn't just put it anywhere like that. Have a container to collect all this, and then later on you do the proper thing. And this is a way to prevent infection and contamination, which you don't want to happen on your farm. And the next one is also to have your visitors also disclose their health. Yes, they also disclose their health if possible. So request that the visitors declare if they have been ill or exposed to sick animals in the past few days. And then if there are any health concerns, it may also be best, and then it will also serve you right if you tell them to go and then come later. So by this, you reschedule their visit, okay, until they get better, then they can visit your farm. This one will help you and then help they themselves as well. And the last one I want to share with you is also to have this vaccination protocols on your farm or policy. So you consider implementing a policy that requires visitors to have received certain vaccinations, such as seasonal flu vaccines. But I don't know in my country if this is very common here, but I know you have this yellow fever vaccine and a whole lot. I don't know about this seasonal. If you're watching from other countries where you have this seasonal flu vaccines, in that case, it's better for you to ask them to show that or tell you about it if they have ever received it before they enter your farm. These are all ways you can use to protect your farm. And like I said, you don't have to always be wild to your visitors or people who want to pay you a visit. Just do the right thing. Don't let them enter the farm anyhow. You have this access to it. And then there should also be biosecurity protocols, very, very strict ones. Footbaths should also be present. And you should even have them wear these protective clothing. Okay, you don't see me wearing it because I am the only one working in my farm. But if you are accepting visitors, let them have this protective clothing, the gloves, the boots, and even the overalls. Don't trust anybody on your farm. And also keep reminding them while you're taking them in the journey, keep reminding them of what they are to do and what they are not supposed to do. And these are all ways you can use to protect yourself, your farm investment, and then the visitors themselves. they have really come to your farm, and if something should happen to them after they have left your farm, it is going to be attributed to your farm. So you can do this, and then I'm sure you'll be able to have your best paying customers who will come to you, and then people would like to patronize you. And even with this, it's just a unique way of marketing your farm. They will come there, some of them, if maybe you allow them, they will decide to take some pictures. They will show it with their friends, and before you realize, people are contacting you to come and buy from you because they have been referred to your farm by their friends who visited you some few days or a few months ago. So as a pig farm, you can minimize the risk of disease transfers to your pigs while also providing a safe and educational experience for your visitors, especially potential customers. Don't entertain anybody at all, but people who will be willing to pay you at the end of it, or you envision them becoming customers. In that case, if you offer this tour and then education to them, it is a nice thing. So where this sounds impossible for you, I wouldn't tell you to continue with it. And with that, I would say don't give it a try. At first, you think it is becoming confusing and you find it difficult to implement these strategies. I beg, don't go and do it and you lose your pigs. You come and comment below that the advice I gave you didn't work and you have lost your head. Please, if you know it is confusing and you can't do it, or you don't trust the people visiting your farm, don't go there. But if you know, you have these strategies put in place to protect yourself, your farm, and then the visitors, go ahead and offer farm tour to your people. Let them see it. I wish you all the success in your pig farming, and I don't want to see you quit. Go higher and expand your farm. The next time you increase your farm, come back and comment below how many you have increased by, 10,000 or 50,000.